Well, Andy's probably gonna use it.
Okay. Money team has no money.
Residents here could see their property taxes hiked by anywhere from 9 to 20% because when everybody sits down at that bankruptcy table, they're going to have to give a little and go ahead and try and raise some money in addition to working out, the numbers with their creditors.
So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are.
Floyd Money Mayweather. The name alone conjures images of private jets, diamond-encrusted everything, and stacks of cash so tall they'd give you a nosebleed. For decades, this man has built an empire not just on punching people in the face.
Job is to help you. Yeah, I'm with Floyd, getting a check. I get a check from Floyd, but I want to push you. Have your own business while you traveling the world with me, and we laughing, we kicking, and we joking. You got a company where you're making money also. So if something go wrong and you're not with me no more, you don't have nothing bad to say about me, because I put you in a position to become an entrepreneur or to become a boss.
But on making the world believe he is the living, breathing definition of obscene wealth. He doesn't just flex, he performs wealth like it's a sport. And honey, he's been undefeated in that ring too, or so we thought. Because right now, behind the velvet curtains and the Birkin bag mountains, something very uncomfortable is starting to bubble to the surface.
Imagine working for someone whose whole persona is money, 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 and you don't get paid. Well, that's exactly what it is for employees of Floyd Mayweather. Employees of his Los Angeles gym accuse Floyd Mayweather of bankruptcy after failing to pay them. I mean, he's still buying stuff. Portfolio valued at $10 billion, including 18 office buildings spanning. I mean, he can do all this, but he can't pay his employees' salaries.
Cracks in the gilded wall are showing. And the story unfolding around Floyd Mayweather isn't just shocking. It is deliciously, jaw-droppingly dramatic, in a way that not even his best publicist could spin into something pretty. Outside a Mayweather boxing and fitness gym in California, there are protesters.
$10 billion portfolio, 18 office buildings spanning 10 million square feet. Like what? Another deal he finalized with a 20 million property in Manhattan. Financial troubles. Despite these high-profile purchases, allegations of unpaid wages at Mayweather's Los Angeles gym have sparked significant backlash. Employees claim that they haven't received paychecks, prompting a public protest outside the facility on Highland Avenue. One protester held a sign accusing Mayweather of modern-day slavery, while another noted that the...
Not fans, not autograph hunters, not people begging for a selfie with the champ. No, no, no. These are employees. Real, hardworking human beings who have reportedly gone weeks without receiving a single paycheck. Weeks, while their boss is out here allegedly dropping $1.8 million on a single watch. One watch. That is not a typo. A watch that costs more than most people's entire lifetime earnings, while the people keeping his gym running couldn't afford their grocery bills.
Money team has no money. Even if you work for a different company and if you ain't getting paid, you're scared to show up and say something because you know how businesses do. They silence you and they fire you. The employees alleged violations of California Labor Code 210, which mandates penalties for late wages. First-time violations can include fines between $100 to $200 and unpaid wages beyond the 30 days entitled work to a full day pay for every day delayed. That is crazy. Money team ain't got no money. Apparently it's not the first time too. They had one in Elk Grove and it closed down because the landlord sued for a non-payment of $30,000 in rent. Now the LA gym facing closure. Employees are questioning whether Mayweather himself is aware of the fine.
Let that marinate for a second. The protesters outside that gym aren't just frustrated. They are furious, and frankly, they have every right to be. Reports suggest the conditions inside the facility have been deteriorating so dramatically that some gym members, people who...
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money. So Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Pay to work out there allegedly started bringing food in for the unpaid staff. Members feeding employees at a gym owned by a man who publicly claims to earn $300 million per month. $300 million per month.
especially when it comes to the media in this country. While everyone is counting my money and assuming the worst, these are the facts. Uncle Sam received $26 million from me in 2015. What else could they possibly want? I'm sure I would have been notified much sooner if there were any real discrepancies, right? Bottom line, everybody just wants to be part of the Money May show, including the IRS. That's fine. You can crunch numbers all day, but in the end, my empire is rock solid and intact. Now calculate that. Hashtag TMT, hashtag Floyd Mayweather, hashtag TBE.
And yet someone had to pack a lunchbox for his staff because their paychecks weren't coming through. You genuinely could not make this up if you tried, and it doesn't stop there. Legal whispers are growing louder. California labor laws are notoriously strict and notoriously unforgiving. And if the allegations being floated are anywhere close to accurate,
Damn, Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather. Why they got you up under the gun again on $25 million in taxes? Hey man, you know, stuff about to get real for you, Floyd, man, because you already owe Gervonta Davis $33 million that you ain't paid him. Do anybody find this strange that your boy Floyd is on all the IRS money, on Dubai money, on Gervonta Davis money, but yet
Mayweather's gym situation could be heading straight toward a legal storm that no amount of designer luggage can distract from. Potential lawsuits are being mulled. Attorneys are reportedly being consulted. The walls, darling, are closing in. While his employees were allegedly going unpaid, Floyd Mayweather was out in the world being Floyd Mayweather. He reportedly purchased a $30 million mansion. A $30 million mansion. Because apparently one palatial estate simply isn't enough when you're performing billionaire status for an audience of millions.
we have all this stuff, all that flash that y'all see, but y'all realize, man, he get a lot of that stuff free. Now, guys, I'm not hating because that is my favorite boxer, man. And like I said, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, and I love his grind. He's a hell of a fighter, but man, hey man, let the chips fall where they may, man. Everybody can get it on my channel. I'm just putting out that news, man, like the feds is putting it out there, because the feds is all in that, man, business right there, man. How you want all these millions? But man, stay.
The watch, the mansion, the jets, the entourage. It all screams, I have more money than God. But here's the thing about screaming too loud. Sometimes it's the people who protest the most who have the most to hide. Critics have started connecting dots that perhaps they should have connected years ago. Eddie Hearn.
Look, man, you know, we both made some real money, but you know, you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
He probably spending way more than that.
No, I'm talking regular dudes.
We
say we make $3 million, we burning through $100,000 a month. We really don't got no paper like that saved up.
That's a fact.
So even if he's making $100 million.
A man who knows the boxing business inside and out, who has negotiated deals at the absolute highest level of the sport, has publicly questioned whether Floyd's spending is sustainable. Not whether it's tasteful, not whether it's wise. Sustainable. That is a word you use when you're worried the whole thing is heading toward a cliff edge, and Hearn isn't exactly known for pulling his punches when he opens his mouth. Hearn and others have hinted, with varying degrees of subtlety.
If he's burning through $5, $6, $7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but you know, me and you, we real. Yeah. We never count nobody's paper. So
not at all.
I hope he got $10 billion, and I hope he get out of his problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out. Like whatever the tab is, you know, he should be able to wire that.
Yeah, I think he could do that with no problem. I think he got all the money in the world.
That what the world sees from Floyd Mayweather may be a breathtakingly elaborate illusion, a magic trick performed by a man who learned very early that appearing wealthy is its own form of power. And for a long time, it worked magnificently.
Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, you know, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes what did he say, $300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8.5" and 240.
The lifestyle was the brand. The brand was the leverage. The leverage got him the fights, the deals, the endorsements, the exhibitions. But what happens when the lifestyle starts costing more than the brand is generating? What happens when the curtain starts to slip? Because no financial scandal would be complete without America's most terrifying three-letter acronym making an appearance.
So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone $300 million a month. So there.
Reports suggest that Floyd Mayweather has outstanding financial obligations to the IRS. Millions of dollars allegedly unpaid, sitting there like a ticking clock in the background of every flashy Instagram post. The federal government, as it turns out, is not particularly impressed by private jets and diamond watches. They want their money, and they have a famously unlimited patience, combined with a famously unlimited power to collect. And if that wasn't enough.
If he really wants to come out of retirement and crawl under his rock, then call out Canelo once again at 160, okay, 100 pounds, 160 pounds. Call out Canelo and do the rematch, and that's it.
You think he's talking this trash because he wants a rematch? You think he actually wants?
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
If the unpaid employees, the IRS obligations, and the side-eyeing from Eddie Hearn weren't enough, there is the staggering claim of a $33 million debt linked to Gervonta Tank Davis. $33 million, connected to the very fighter that Mayweather promoted, mentored, and publicly...
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
once
broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess...
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
You can't.
I doubt he'll ever step into that ring. Floyd's a big freaking...
He called Canelo the easiest win of his career.
Yeah, because he was 21 years old. Of course. If I
champion. The protege turned financial complication. The story writes itself, and it writes itself in the language of pure, unfiltered chaos. This is a man constitutionally incapable of sitting quietly anywhere. His response to the mounting questions about his finances has been to do what Floyd Mayweather always does. Go bigger, louder, more extravagant.
if I fought Ryan Garcia, who's 19 years old, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna beat him easy because of my experience.
So fight him in his prime, he goes down.
Ah, easy.
What's your message to Floyd?
Floyd, stay under your...
Get on the jet. We headed to Miami, baby. It's your man Floyd Money Mayweather. It's Air Mayweather. We on our way to Miami. Come with me. What's up? It's your man Money Mayweather coming to you live. And right now we on Air Mayweather. We like to call it the jet Air Mayweather because when it's my time, it's money time. Everything we do it over the top, exclusive, big, huge, massive. So as we slowly pull the money out the bag.
He has claimed, with the absolute confidence of a man who has never once second-guessed himself in public, that he earns approximately $300 million per month. Per month. Not per year, not per fight, per month. He has spoken about his real estate portfolio with the casual authority of a man rattling off his grocery list, describing holdings so vast they'd make a small nation envious.
So right now, with the money team, my man Rick right here, he chilling. He don't say much. So it's not, it's nothing like riding on the Air Mayweather, big boy private jet. And doing what we do best. That's 700,000. That's 700,000. That's 700,000 right there. And with this, we make, just 300,000. That's $1 million. $1 million.
And here's the genius of it, and the tragedy of it simultaneously. When Floyd talks like this, people have historically believed him, or at least they've been too dazzled to question it. The number is so large, the confidence is so total, the persona is so overwhelming that critical thinking tends to take a holiday.
I don't always talk about different things that I'm doing. What I'm working on right now in New York City, I know you guys, if you guys haven't seen one of my buildings, is One Summit,
Yes.
You know, it's actually it's one of the tallest commercial buildings in the world. So just in New York alone, I got 9 skyscrapers.
Yeah. What's the address of that building?
He has weaponized outrageousness so effectively that calling him out always felt like a losing battle because he'd just double down with something even more unhinged and walk away looking like a winner. The employees outside that gym deserve their paychecks. The IRS.
So what I'm working on, I want you guys to know this. I got a casino coming to New York City in Times Square.
Wow.
You part of that, yeah.
Clap it up for that. That's incredible.
That's
big.
That's
big. That's huge.
I just saw that, Caesars.
Yes, I got a casino. SL Green is a company that I've been working with for so many years. And Andrew Mathias, you know, great business guy. This is what he told me one day. We took a walk. We was in New York. We was taking a walk. He said, "You see that building right there?" He said, "Yeah." We said, "We own that. You see this building? We own it." So we was walking and walking. Then he said, "You know,
IRS deserves its money. The creditors deserve their dues. And the public, frankly, deserves the truth about whether the man who built an entire identity around being the richest fighter alive is actually quietly, spectacularly running on empty."
A boxer makes money when he boxing. A football player makes money when he playing football. Basketball player makes money when he playing basketball. He said, but New York real estate, you make money when you sleep. So
yes,
that's a bar. That's a big one.
So I said, okay. So I started off something small with him in the beginning.
Floyd Mayweather has spent his entire career being undefeated. But money.
How about Mayweather?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that Mayweather was unquestionably one of the best ever. But I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era. But he was a different kind of skill set, you know. He was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing.
Real money, the kind that survives beyond the final bell.
I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money.
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's spending,
It's a lot of expense.
Doesn't care about your record. And right now, for the first time in a very long time, it genuinely looks like the champ might be on the ropes.